So for those of you that follow Spain on a Fork, you know that I'm a huge fan of potatoes, and let me tell you, the potatoes we're gonna make today are truly one of my favorite ways to enjoy this incredible vegetable. Anyways, we're talking Spanish deluxe potatoes, just simply known here in Spain as patatas deluxe. Now this is one of those recipes that is so easy to make and made with the most basic pantry staples, yet the end result are potatoes that pack some serious textures and flavors, folks. Now these potatoes, ultra delicious, but they come together in just 40 minutes. Truly the perfect potato side dish for any meal of the day. Let's begin by making our spice mix first. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder into a large bowl, which is a little over 1.5 grams, along with 1 teaspoon of onion powder, which is a little over 2 grams, 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is a little over 2 grams, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is about 1 gram, and 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, which is a little over half a gram. Then we'll add in a little freshly cracked black pepper, and we'll mix the spices. That way they're all well mixed together. As always, the Spanish paprika I'm using in this recipe is from Kiva. Like I always tell you, one of the best Spanish paprikas out there. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. And if you buy from that link, you'll also get 25% off your order. Then I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together, and then set it aside. For the next step, let's start getting our potatoes ready. I'm going to grab 1 kilogram of potatoes, which is about 2¼ pounds, and start scrubbing clean the potatoes under some cold running water. Now for this recipe, I like to leave the skins on the potato as it adds more flavor and nutrients to the dish, but if you prefer, you can peel the potatoes. And also, I'm using new potatoes here. You want to use potatoes that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better when they're cooked, and at the end, they give you a beautiful melt-in-your-mouth texture. Then we'll pat the potatoes completely dry. And then we'll cut each potato into wedges. You want to begin by cutting the potato in half vertically. Then we'll place the half slice of potato skin side up and start cutting the wedges. We want to end up with 4 wedges from each half for a total of 8 wedges from each potato. And it's very important that they're all similar in size. That way they all evenly cook. And as you're cutting your wedges, add them into the bowl with the spice mix. Once all the potatoes have been cut and added into the bowl with a spice mix, I'm going to season with a little sea salt. And then we'll mix everything together until each potato wedge is fully coated in that spice mix. Then I'm going to line a baking tray with some parchment paper. Important to use parchment paper here instead of foil paper. That way once the potato wedges are cooked, they don't stick to the surface. Then we'll add in the potato wedges into the baking tray. And you want to make sure to evenly spread the potato wedges around. That way they're on a single flat layer. This is also going to ensure that they all evenly cook. And we'll add our potatoes into a preheated oven, bake and broil option. That's the bottom and top heat, 200 degrees Celsius, which is 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Now if your oven can't do both functions at the same time, no big deal. You just get in there at the halfway point and make sure to flip the potato wedges. That way they all evenly cook. In the meantime, let's make a very simple garlic mayonnaise alioli that really take these potatoes to the next level of goodness. I'm going to add in a generous ½ cup of mayonnaise into a mortar. You can also use a bowl here. This is about 125 grams. Then we'll finely grate in 1 clove of garlic. If you don't have a grater, you can use finely minced the garlic. Add in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters, and 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. Then we'll lightly season with a little sea salt and a kiss of freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll whisk it together until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce, which as you can see, it takes a few seconds to achieve. All right, let's move back to our potato wedges. They've been in the oven between 30 to 35 minutes and they should be perfectly cooked through. I'm gonna remove them from the oven. Of course, every oven heats differently, so it might take you 5 minutes less or even 5 minutes more. Either way, you can always tell when your potato wedges are perfectly cooked through. You spear some with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in there, they are ready to go. For the final step, let's start assembling our dish. I'm gonna transfer some of our mayo alioli into a small bowl. Add it into a dish, and then we'll add our potato wedges into the dish. Check it out, our Spanish Deluxe potatoes are done. Once again, known here in Spain as patatas deluxe. So easy to make, simple ingredients, truly restaurant quality potatoes that are gonna blow your mind. Let's give them a try and see how they turned out. Like I told you in the beginning, I am such a fan of potatoes, and this dish right here, in my opinion, I don't think it gets any better than this. Here we go. Serious goodness right there. The potatoes just melt in your mouth. The beauty of using potatoes, they're a bit more waxy than starchy, as well as keeping their shape. Then that spice blend, it's an explosion of so much goodness. And that very simple mayo alioli taking it to the next level. Folks, you saw this, so easy to make, basic pantry staples, and all done in 40 minutes. Serve them as a topless appetizer or even as a side dish. Either way, the flavors are gonna completely blow you away. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Natalie Schuster, Brian Skeever, Justin Sollers, and Georgia Candiotti. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego. Hallelujah to patatas. Last video of May. Can't believe May's already over. Too good. See you next month.